What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to kind of give you guys a background story of how I got my wealth and my money. I get asked this question a little bit. People saying, where did I get my capital to trade? How did I get so much money to invest in crypto? So in this video, I'm going to explain all of that for you guys. Just a quick hint, it's got to do with an investment property. I did a video about buying versus renting. I'll put the link up in here somewhere. You guys go check that out if you want. But for the majority of this video, I'm going to kind of give you guys a background story of kind of my journey and my kind of progress through knowledge, watching wealthy people, reading books, doing a lot of research, podcasts, YouTube videos, and how I got to the position where I am now. My wife and I, we purchased an investment property 5 years ago. She was 21, I was 22 years old. We leased that property out for about 2 years, so from 2015 to 2017. We got married in 2017 and we moved into that investment property and it became our home. At this point in 2017, we were both working full-time jobs and I hadn't started my trading journey as of yet. Now, if you are watching and you live in Australia or you look up market research, you will know the Australian property market has had exponential growth the past 5-7 years. As my wife and I were trying to build a deposit, a 5% deposit put down and get our mortgage and get our loan approved, we were literally seeing the house prices in front of our eyes go up and up. We were fortunate enough to get our foot in the door and we got the investment property and we got approved for the loan and we started building the property. At the time of moving in 2017 after we got married, the house was accumulating a lot of equity. We purchased a house and land package for $425,000 and the house value was increasing on average 11% per year. So when you think about it, 11% is quite insane, considering the average house growth price is 3.5% per year. We only put 5% down, so $21,000 down on this investment property, and it was growing at an exponential rate of 11% per year. Fast forwarding to 2018, this is the year where I started to strive for financial independence and freedom. Late 2018 is when I came across trading, and that was kind of end game for me. Trading, as some of you have heard me talk in other videos, trading was one of those things that I developed an insane obsession or passion for, and still to this day, I am furthering my knowledge and always looking into financial markets. Trading was my outlet and kind of my wealth accelerator vehicle to get to where I wanted to be. So 2018, my mindset started to shift. I started surrounding myself with, a lot of successful, wealthy entrepreneurs. I started listening to a lot of podcasts. I started watching a lot of YouTube videos and reading a lot of books about financial independence and kind of financial freedom. So from that point on, when I discovered trading in late 2018, I put every ounce of my focus and dedication into learning how to trade the financial market. So while on my quest for financial independence and freedom, I started putting a lot of my attention and focus into learning how to trade, specifically the Forex market. I dedicated 5+ hours every day. It became an obsession and I just knew trading the financial markets and investing was going to get me to where I wanted to be. So before we get too far ahead, let's come back to the house and the investment property. As most of you know, owning a home to live in comes with a lot of extra expenses opposed to renting. So fast forward to late 2019, we decided to put that house back on the market for lease, and we decided to move out and rent this property I'm currently in. We've been in this house for just over a year now. We decided to look at other houses to rent in the local area. And of course, that's not the only reason we decided to move. There was other benefits as well, such as tax benefits. And mostly we just wanted to upgrade our lifestyle. We wanted a bigger house. We wanted a house with extra features that we would enjoy that our current house we're living in didn't have. So after moving out of the investment property and renting this house that we're currently in, we put the investment property back on the market to rent, and we started to evaluate our expenses and kind of find a way to fast track our financial independence and freedom journey. I'd like to add as well, at this point, we were kind of in a lot of debt. We're about just over $30,000 in debt. 80% of that debt was from trading education. As I've said in other videos, I spent over $15,000 on trading education. We also went to seminars. We went to Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within seminar. We spent a lot of money on self-improvement and kind of growth to try and really accelerate where we wanted to be in our life. So at this point in 2019, we kind of knew what we had to do. We had the knowledge of what we had to do to become financially free or independent. we just had to take action and kind of restructure our life a little bit. The one thing that stands out in financial independence and freedom for me was you must spend less than you earn. And when we calculated our finance with all our debt, repayments, credit card repayments, the mortgage, the maintenance, and all the insurances with owning a home, we were just paying about $8,000 per month on expenses, monthly expenses. This was a lot of money. My wife and I's core values, and still to this day, is financial freedom and time. We value our time more than anything. And having the mortgage was the complete opposite of financial freedom. We could have kept the house, and we literally would have both have to have been working full-time jobs to kind of keep up with the payments and everything. While that's not such a big issue, we valued our time, and it was going so far against our core beliefs and values that it just wasn't putting us in a very good mood and, mental state. So living life on our own terms was our number one goal. So the core principle of financial independence and freedom being spend less than you earn, that was always in the back of my head since late 2019, we decided to sell our investment property. Now, coming back to what I was saying previously, the equity in our house was growing exponentially, 11% per year. We had the house for 5 years. So we had a nice chunk of equity. Once we sold that house, we literally collected a nice bag of cash. The main reason we did this is because equity in the house is not liquid. You need to sell the house. It's locked up in bricks and mortar. So you literally have to sell the house to get access to the cash. And I was missing out on so much opportunity at this time. So we sold the house for $665,000 5 years later, and we collected just under $200,000 after all the fees. So now, not only did we have a nice bag of cash, all the insurances, the mortgage, everything that went with owning a house, the land rates, the maintenance costs, and everything else was now gone. And we went from $8,000 monthly expenses down to just over $4,000. Financial freedom and independence was now one step closer. You can only just imagine the feeling of not having to work for an extra $4,000 per month. So now at this point, everything was paid off, all debt was paid off, clean slate, and it was just a massive transformation in my life and my wife's life as well. We were now spending more time together. We're doing the things we wanted to do and just enjoying life. We both didn't have to work full-time jobs at this point because of COVID happened. And we were safe because we had safety nets now from selling the house. We put cash buffers aside so we had living expenses paid for the next 9 months. At this point, I was now able to take advantage of all this opportunity I had been missing. I was able to put my money in stocks such as passive investments. I was able to invest in crypto. I was able to use the money for trading Forex and take advantage of many other opportunities that this cash was now able to provide for us. So most importantly, we started making our money work for us instead of us working for our money. When you learn how to use money as a tool and really put it into use, it's a completely different perspective shift and mindset change. So at this point, we are a lot happier, a lot less stressed, and we are just enjoying life so much more. Whereas when we had the mortgage, and we're paying everything that was associated with it plus rent. So once again, it's not that we needed to sell the house, it's just the house wasn't aligning with our values. As I was saying previously, our values were financial freedom and independence and not having to work so much to kind of live that lifestyle. We upgraded our lifestyle while reducing our expenses by half. So I just want to quickly add that we are going through the biggest transition of wealth right now, and I didn't want to have all the money locked up in bricks and mortar in an investment property and miss out on all this opportunity that we're going to see in the next few years. Essentially, we had the opportunity, we took a calculated risk, and it has paid off tremendously. I had a massive amount of knowledge from Jason Greystone from his Tears of Freedom program. I recommend everyone go listen to his podcast. I'll put the link in the description below. His value and knowledge has completely changed my mindset and perspective on wealth and investment vehicles. To this day, I still listen to his podcasts, and it always just amazes me how much value he gives and how much of a perspective shift it is on just how to handle your money, what to do with your money, and just different, opportunities that are out there. The podcast is called Always Free. The link will be in the description box below. Please go check it out, as you'll see everything I'm talking about. He even talks about trading as well, which is amazing. And he also talks about so many wealth strategies that will really kind of set you on your path to financial independence and freedom. So with all that knowledge I had, we put together a plan and we simply just took action on it. You can't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fall, just be excited to fly. Since starting my trading journey back in late 2018 and surrounding myself with wealthy people, like-minded people on social media, and following my quest to financial independence and freedom, I'm more or less halfway there. I think I'm probably about 65-70% of the way. The end goal is passive income. And yes, trading is somewhat passive. It doesn't require a lot of effort, but it requires a lot of mental discipline, and that's probably the hardest obstacle anyone's ever going to go through on any journey, is mastering your mind and your emotions. If you want to learn how I trade and the strategies I trade, I'll put the link in the description box below. You can check it out. Go check out my other videos as well on how I trade and the systems I trade through AceFX. Once again, I hope this kind of video answered a lot of questions and kind of gave you a fresh perspective on, money, houses, and whatever. Once again, I did a video you can check up here on buying versus renting and just my thoughts about it. It's been an amazing journey so far, and I look forward to the next few years of, pursuing this quest. If you got any value from this video, please smash the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon for future content that I release. I appreciate you guys watching this far, and I'll see you guys in the next video.